Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Was an animated television series that premiered in 1969, featuring the adventures of a group of teenagers and their talking dog, who solve mysteries involving supposedly supernatural creatures. Here are 10 things about the show that are not commonly known. Number 1. The original title for Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Was supposed to be Mystery 5, but was later changed to capitalize on the popularity of the titular character. The show was developed under the title Mysteries 5, which featured 5 teenagers and their dog solving supernatural mysteries. Later, after realizing the show as too scary for children, the concept was retooled and became Who's SS Scared, which included a laugh track and a more comedic tone and less focus on being a musical group. Finally, the show was renamed Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And premiered in 1969. Number 2. Scooby-Doo's full name is actually Scoobert-Doo. Scooby was originally named Too Much and was a side character that played the bongos. The character was originally designed as a Great Dane, but creators Joe Ruby and Ken Spears were worried it looked too much like the dog from the comic Marmaduke. They decided to change the character to a sheepdog, but quickly realized it was too similar the Archie Comics character Hot Dog. They were stuck between a rock and a hard place. So, Ruby and Spears went to the experts, Hanna and Barbera. They helped them decide to turn the dog back into a Great Dane. But, this time the character would be a mixture of canines. As most people know, Great Danes do not usually have spots. But the creators and animator Iwao Takamoto wanted to keep the character fun and original. Number 3. Scooby was a seal at one point on the 1967 show, Moby Dick and the Mighty Mitre. He was the pet dog of the teenage boys, Tom and Tub. The characters are reimagined and come back in the Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated episode The Midnight Zone in 2012. Number 4. The characters from Scooby-Doo, including Shaggy, are based on the cast from the old black and white show, The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis. Shaggy's character is based on Bob Denver's character in the show. Denver also played Gilligan in the old 1964 show, Gilligan's Island. Number 5. The show was initially cancelled after its second season and only 25 episodes, due to low ratings, but was later revived for a third season after a surge in popularity through reruns. And reruns it has had. It was one of my favorite cartoons as a kid, and I grew up in the 80s. Clearly kids of the 70s knew I would want to watch the show someday, so it came back again a few years later for season 3 and spawned a plethora of sequels and spin-offs. Number 6. The voice actor who played Shaggy, disc jockey Casey Kasem, was initially reluctant to take on the role because he was a vegetarian and didn't want to promote the consumption of meat. The creators agreed to make Shaggy a vegetarian as well to accommodate Kasem's beliefs. He would continue to voice the character for 28 years. Number 7. Casey Kasem wanted to do the voice acting from Fred, but was denied by CBS. Kasem was worried because although he understood the hippie movement of the 60s, he didn't feel he could portray that properly. Eventually, he borrowed from Dick Crenna's character Walter Denton on the show Our Miss Brooks to come up with Shaggy's voice and peculiar idiosyncrasies. Number 8. Although Scooby-Doo has historically been panned by critics, it has remained popular with certain people like famed American astronomer Carl Sagan. He appreciated the fact that Scooby-Doo brought a skeptical, scientific approach to analysis of seemingly paranormal activity. Number 9. Shaggy and Scooby-Doo are the only characters to be in every iteration of the Scoobyverse. Well, at least up until the much-maligned Velma TV show, which regrettably appeared on HBO Max. Number 10. Much to the annoyance of modern fans, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You was the very first cartoon to ever include a laugh track. I am surprised how often I see complaints about this online. Number 11. Scooby-Doo is possibly most well known for his interesting speech impediment, which involves putting ARF sounds in front of words. This has not traditionally been considered a true speech impediment and has never been seen in a human patient. However, nearly 5 decades after Scooby-Doo originally hit Americans' televisions, a real-life doctor named Stephen Long decided to label the disorder. He calls it rhotic replacement, or adding an R to the beginning of words, particularly words that start with vowels. To this day, this speech impediment has only been seen in spotted Great Danes. But this doesn't mean it won't happen someday. So, stay on the lookout. And there you have it, fellow sleuths and Scooby-Doo enthusiasts. We've delved deep into the mystery-filled world of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, with Chrononaut. From unmasking villains to unraveling the secrets behind each episode, our journey has been one of nostalgia and discovery. As we wrap up this chapter of our trivia-filled adventures, remember to keep those magnifying glasses handy and your love for mystery-solving alive. Stay tuned to Chrononaut for more trivia escapades, and don't forget, whether it's a spooky mansion or a creepy carnival, the gang will always be there to solve the case.